Let's give him a round of applause.
Hi, thank you, everyone. A few years ago, I taught biology lab, and I noticed that I had a really big problem. My students were assigned a term paper, I'm sure you all remember term papers, that was due at the end of the semester. And inevitably, the week before it was due, I would have a line out my office door because my students had procrastinated. Nobody knows what that feels like, right? Nobody's procrastinating here, I'm sure. But it was a big problem for me because it was the busiest time of the semester for my students, and it was the busiest time of the semester for me. And so I knew I needed to shift something around. And so the next time I did my, will you check the clicker? Will you run over and check it really quick?
Give it a nudge.
To make sure, yeah, we're just gonna give the slides a little nudge. The next time I went to teach that class, I decided to do something a little bit different. So I actually went and got a pack of note cards, just index cards, and I passed them out to all of my students, and I had them write out a plan to complete their term paper on it. Didn't care what kind of plan it was, I just cared that they wrote something down. And at the end of the semester, if they still had their note card, I'd give them a little bump on their grade, a little bit of an incentive, and so they could conceivably bump themselves up from, say, a B+ to an A-. And I noticed something funny. The week before the due date, I didn't have a flood of emails in my inbox, and I didn't have a line out the door outside my office. And when I got done grading, I noticed something even better. My students had increased their overall score on their term paper by about 3 percentage points. That index card was a nudge. We're Nudge Denver, and we think that these simple ideas can have very powerful consequences in the classroom. We're bringing forward simple ideas that bring these massive improvements to teachers, and we call them nudges. A nudge is a cue that makes it easier to do something that you already want to do. So every student in our classroom wants to succeed. We're just making it a little bit easier. We want to show teachers that they can solve big problems with little tweaks to their mindsets, to their routines, just like I did with my students. Our proposed offering is a professional development workshop that enables teachers to bring in real-life problems that they're experiencing in their classrooms and apply nudge thinking. They'll leave the class with ideas, tools, templates, implementation toolkits, and most importantly, our on-demand support. What's great about these nudges is that they're research-backed, and they're already being used in a variety of different industries. We want to bring them into education. These small shifts in students' classrooms can be as little as an intuitive tweak, like the index cards, or it can be a novel way of thinking that a teacher may not have even considered, but has research backing that shows that it works. Our goal is to translate this cutting-edge research into actionable items that our teachers can really use in their classrooms. But to do that, we need your help. We're asking for connections to teachers, principals, school districts, any educators who might be willing to help us develop this program. We're excited about the opportunity to tailor it to Denver's diverse student population and its diverse teacher population. While these nudges are backed by industry research, we want to make sure that they're a good fit for our students and empower our teachers to design their own nudge solutions. We're also looking for investments to establish our professional development offering, and using adult learning theory, we hope to make this a very fun and interactive workshop for teachers. We think that this is an idea that has a lot of power. And if you agree and want to connect with us, come and find us after the pitches are over, and together we can nudge Denver. Thank you.
All right, let's take 2 minutes to ask them some questions. And we're bringing in Melissa, who is Chloe's partner, so go on.
Yes, in the back.
So it seems to me like a lot of this, rather than a professional development class, could be part of the orientation at the beginning of a school year every year to get all of the teachers kind of these tools and things that they could use throughout the school year. Is that something that you're considering?
Absolutely, and that's why we actually want to work with educators to see what is the best fit, what is the best time to do this, what is the best method to do this, and that's what we're looking for tonight.
Come on, we can't have done that good of a job.
Very clear.
Yes.
Chloe and Melissa, what are your thoughts on how a pilot program might work?
Yeah, absolutely. As Melissa was saying, we really want to take teacher input and create a solution that works for them. It's really about empowering teachers to make these small tweaks in their environments. We're really trying to bridge the gap between research and action. And so that's where our pilot would start, is how do we start building that bridge? And we really want teacher input for that.
Yeah, so there are a series of nudges that have already been tested, so we would bring those to teachers, and if they like those and they feel it's relevant for their classroom, we can try it, do some A/B testing, tweak it, as needed, or if they have other problems that haven't been researched yet, then we would start with those. So that's where we really need the partnership and the connection to co-create that.
All right, thank you guys so much.